Yo, can I get in on this? I want another one, two. One, two. Oh, you thought it was through. This was just one assignment, boo. Judge checking with God, getting next instructions. You need an advocate, reach out, he might be coming.
This young black king needs no introduction. When he shows up, haters hate seeing him coming.
And no, he's not Malcolm, he's not Martin either. He got his own style.
Ja-da-da-ya, we see ya. This crew, they not looking for the credit. Advocates on the move. This crew, shifting the atmosphere. Advocates on the move.
And when he comes through, you know they coming too. Hey yo, INA, where you at? What it do? They got receipts, they got them files. They gon' investigate an advocate, holding it down.
And when it comes to intel, you know they showing out. You smiling in Jed's face.
Hold up, check that file. Don't run up on them either, they always in the crowd. INA got his back, you don't know when they around.
This crew, they not looking for the credit. Advocates on the move. This crew, shifting the atmosphere. Advocates on the move.
And then there's Jed's mother, you know she gon' speak.
We not taking this no more. Dolton, let's go. Tiff, you must think we stupid. You a lie, we see right through it. Talking about you want some tea. Come and get that drink from me.
Yeah, right.
We headed to them posts, we gotta let them know. Y'all ready to cash your vote? Yep, alright then call the road. What God you representing? More like a super villain. Truth is your kryptonite was done in the dark, being brought to light.
Right.
Watching the truth unfurl, light eliminates darkness, girl. You had a chance to shine so bright, but greed wouldn't let you do things right. Fake charity, lining your pockets, ignore rules, money spinning, just stop it. Big bingo, but you ain't got no budget.
What do they do?
Swear we got millions, but when asked, you won't show it. Elections coming, so now you got receipts. Splicing videos you think we can't see. You do know we got YouTube. We can go back and watch what you do. And even though you refuse to show it, the truth is the truth, ain't no running from it. Tiff, you must think we stupid. We see right through it. Talking about you want some tea. Come and get that drink from me.
Yeah, right.
We headed to them posts, we gotta let them know. Y'all ready to cash your vote? Yep. Alright then call the road. I pray God exposes your evil, removes wool from the eyes of his people. Protect those y'all been plotting on and scheming on, save them from all your evil. I pray, Lord, for the leaders who coming. Give them wisdom, they hit the ground running. Help them move with integrity, bring prosperity to the village who coming. Let's go, let's go, let's go. We got to clean house. Let's go, let's go, let's vote. We got to clean house. Let's go. We gotta vote, voting for clean house. Let's go, let's go, let's go. We voting for clean house. Tiff, you must think we stupid. You a lie, we see right through it. Talking about you want some tea. Come and get that drink from me.
Yeah, right.
We headed to them posts, we gotta let them know. Y'all ready to cash your vote? Yep. Alright then call the road.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Welcome to Investigating That Justice Finding. I am Brown. Y'all again. I am the proud commander for the culture. Y'all, I'm a little nippy. It's a little nippy, but please bear with me. I was getting ready to start talking, and then I got a notification that I don't care about. And so somebody wanted to let me know that one of my critics, if you will, was on live stream saying something about me using some kind of a video of me. And I'm just glad to feed the needy. Glad to feed the needy. But at the same time, I will not give them a mention. However, we don't need to use their YouTube name. We could use their real name. And I told you guys this was the year where I wasn't playing no games. I meant that. I am specifically focused right now on dealing with Amir Shakur, who was suing me for $30,000. And after we then filed our counter response, which I believe our court case is coming up on the 2020, the 16th or the 17th. After I file our response, then we'll be moving on to the next, and we will be letting those processes take their course. So this is not going to be a back and forth beef with YouTubers who literally can't crack. They can't. They. Why do anybody watch them, right? So I'm not gonna worry about what they're talking about. Their channels aren't dying because they've been dead at the start. All right, but I want to take a moment before I get into the broadcast and talk about all of the stuff that I want to talk about today. You guys, I don't have my beard cut because I'm waiting for the weekend. So please bear with me, Scruffy Luffy, Scruffy. I'm waiting till about probably tomorrow, Friday, get me a lining. So take me as I am or have nothing at all. Just take me as I am or have nothing at all. I said, just take me as I am or have nothing at all. See, do y'all see why I had to be an advocate? There's no talent there. And by the way, court is in session. All right, y'all. So we are going to talk about a few things, but they're going to be Dalton specific. But before I get into any of that, you guys, I got a pleasant and a very honorable surprise. I took a chance. Whew. If I ain't yawning, I ain't talking. I took a chance, and if you guys know anything about the Clark family, Mayor Christopher Clark's family, you would know that they are a tight-knit family that's pretty private. Um, and I received a tremendous honor today where we've got a response from an inquiry that we made where the family and the estate of Christopher J. Clark, the mayor, the late mayor of Harvey, Illinois, who I hold as a dear friend, the family has given us permission to do a tribute to his legacy. And that is heavy. It's heavy. It's tremendously appreciated. And it is an honor to receive that trust. And so now we will be adding a tribute to the legacy of Mayor Christopher J. Clark into the launch of our organization this year in the month of September. And I will send you guys. I will send you guys. I'll be giving you guys updates about them as they periodically come on. All right, y'all. All right. Okay. So now, Tiffany Henyard in the news. I just put it up a moment ago. If you guys wasn't here and you wasn't looking at it, but basically, former Mayor Tiffany Henyard, has now literally come back in the news because the village of Dolton is suing the bank for cashing checks with Tiffany Henyard after a law was passed, a ordinance was passed within the city that would require two checks. I mean, checks to have two signatures. And those two signatures were supposed to be that of both Tiffany Henyard and the village clerk, Allison Keys. And so the basic basis of the lawsuit is that Fifth Third Bank, according to the lawyers of Dolton, said acted in bad faith because it had actual knowledge that Tiffany Henyard was violating her fiduciary duties in stealing or misappropriating public funds. The lawsuit reads as a direct and proximate result of Fifth Third Bank's conduct. The village of Dolton has lost significant taxpayer dollars and has been required to incur debt at a cost to be determined at trial for these lawsuits. As you all know, I believe that there's a lawsuit of about $3 million that the city of Dolton has to resolve, or three million plus dollars. Please excuse me if some of my details are not totally correct, but they got to pay over $3 million, and so I found this to be a very interesting move and a finally offensive move by this administration to start recovering some of from some of the damage that has been alleged to have been taken up under Tiffany Henyard. However, that's not what I found to be the most interesting. It says that the lawsuit does not name Tiffany Henyard as a defendant, and it does not make specific claims about inappropriate recipients of the village money. Henyard has not been charged with any wrongdoing. And so, if you all have not been paying attention and you may not know at this particular moment, I am now in, if you will call, somewhat of a banter or the beginning stages of us going away from diplomatic ties, and me and the officials of the village of Dolton are sort of kind of clashing right now. I'll talk about some of that in the live stream a little bit later. What took them so long for what that information is. And so because I'm clashing with them, I'm looking at things through a different lens because right now I'm just mad. I'm mad with them, and I'm very unhappy with some things. And some of it I'm going to talk about, some of it I won't. But basically, right now, we not cool at this moment, and I'm fighting the village of Dolton when I've tried to pretty much stay away and mind my business for a while. And it is not because I'm starved of any content and just because of my friend Christopher J. Clark transition and now I need something to do. It literally is a coincidence that the timing is now. I'm now focusing on fighting injustices that took place in the village of Dolton. And I'm going to talk about that. But Tiffany Henyard has not been named. I personally took issue with that. I took issue with that because in my mind, it becomes the second thing that I am wondering, why isn't the village, no, not the second, but the third thing that I was saying, why isn't the village pursuing criminal charges? This is basically a nice way of saying, I want my money back, but I don't want to accuse anybody. And that was my optics with this. However, we were able to reach out to some people in the village, not the mayor, but we were able to reach out to some people in the village. And their response was, why would we interfere with an ongoing investigation? Oh, shit. I forgot about that. We keep on forgetting about that. Tiffany Henyard is back in the news again. And these things, and that's why I said, even though I'm not happy about them, I'm going to be very, very slow to make any rash movements or decisions or apologies, Mr. Price. See you in the comments, Political Ties. Shout out to Political Ties. But I'm going to be slow because 1.8, we finally got a figure. It's what I've been asking for so long. Government just seems to be a little weird at times, but we finally have a real allegation to go off of. And so basically, the village is saying $1.8 million. Now, we don't know what that money was spent on. Shout out to Kevin for not only the super chat, but for the gap. So we don't know what the money was spent on. Yes, so Miss Lightfoot didn't have concrete evidence. That was a good response, Leach. I kind of forgot about that too. Okay, I've been going away from Dawn for quite a while. I wasn't even thinking about the context of the Lori Lightfoot report. She said certain things, but we have an actual figure of $1.8 million now that they have access to the books. If $500,000 was for streets, it's not gonna be anything there. If 500,000, bro, it's nothing there. Okay, so you want to come on, and even though I know you didn't work for the village, you want to come on and give us perspective. Okay, but let me continue with this though. So they suing the bank. Tiffany Henyard has not been named as a criminal complainant from the village, nor was Louis Lacey named a criminal complainant when you guys know that he goes payroll his work time, getting hundreds of thousands of dollars, I allege, if I'm not mistaken in my memory, over being a salaried police chief. That would be corrupt. That would be illegal. But the village of Dolton has not pursued him for criminal charges. But I got it on amazing authority that Louis Lacey was shopping for attorneys to sue the village for wrongful termination. I don't know if that has progressed as of yet. Again, I've not paid attention to Dalton for some time. We're getting back into those pieces. But this is the thing that I thought was the most amazing. The response, Fifth Third declined to comment. Tiffany Henyard's attorney, Bo Bradley, said, Miss Henyard has moved on with her life. The chaos and mismanagement of Dolton at the hand of the Board of Trustees caused damages that will continue to reverberate for years to come. In other words, Tiffany Henyard's attorney said, get somebody else. Tiffany Henyard's camp said, that's behind us now. We've moved on. Who the hell gets an accusation of $1.8 million of misappropriation or theft or however you want to say it, and their response, which typically is no response, is, yeah, that's the past. That I ain't got nothing to do with that. Why y'all calling me? I'm in Atlanta, nigga. That is the craziest and shadiest response of anybody ever been accused of a literal crime that I've ever seen in my entire life. Tiffany Henyard's camp literally said, yeah, that's in the past. Okay, so we will continue to watch this and monitor and see how this goes. However, I do want to say that word on the street, very, very much so word on the street, is that there is some trouble in paradise. And I'm hearing that Kamal is allegedly back home in Chicago, back home. I'm gonna give y'all a second. Now look, she is no longer an elected official, and her personal life, for the most part, is off limits. But Kamal is suing me for $10 million, and it's forever fucking. So, not necessarily because of Tiffany Henyard, but I heard that he trying to go or has gone back to his wife, who he never divorced. Oh my God, trying to find good graces. Now, I think that his wife is a wonderful woman, and she is very sweet spirited. And if I'm very correct about the history, she done a lot for that Negro. But that is crazy. And I don't know her, but I'm just wondering in my own mind, and I'm wondering if would you take him back? Order in the court, order in the court. I know y'all is going crazy out there in the internet. Order in the court. Never divorced her, trying to get back home. Oh my God. There is no developments or storylines that I have ever been a part of that is as juicy as the Tiffany Henyard saga. Golly. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but that's just something that he couldn't have came home. Here go the women sounding off. I never believed they was gonna divorce. Hell no. He couldn't come home if I were her. Nah, no. I've been divorced. I would have been divorced his goof ass. And by the way, I'm trying not to cuss, but that's over here. Not on this side of the moon. I would never take him back. The drama, George Graham says. You know what? Let's just be honest here. There isn't, hey, y'all, must be good down there. I wouldn't have taken him in the first place unless she was a part of the scheme too. Oh, here comes the conspiracy theories. But yes, y'all, ladies and gentlemen, let me be clear here. This is rumor. It is speculation, but it is widely being talked about that Kamal Woods is jumping ship and finding his way back on land, trying to be back with his wife, who they never divorced. Tiffany Henyard hired a company to repair her image. Um, um, to repair her image, but that didn't go well. Tried to launch a book, opened up a store, I believe tried to do some more stuff with food. Whatever it is, Tiffany Henyard ought to be sweating a little bit, because this is what I want to say. With the response of the people who I talked to at the village, who I'm personally in a war with right now, saying, why would we interfere with an investigation and then you go simply do the traces? Lewis Lacey has pleaded guilty already, but they have named him as a cooperating witness. But one other person who was widely known to have been associated with Tiffany Henyard's tenure as a mayor, Keith Freeman, they have now changed his court date again. And if you ask me, I feel like every time they get close to the court date, he goes and finds another file. He got to be a cooperating witness, because why the hell why he ain't been sentenced yet? And so that's speculation. That's speculation. But our very, very, very sophisticated, and I very much so have always been confident about our monitors. They have confirmed that there is still a federal probe that is going on in the Tiffany Henyard administration's tenure and the leadership of Dolton. So therefore, we will continue to wait to see if there's any development. We'll continue to wait to see if there's any development. But yes, Keith Freeman is literally not been sentenced, and his court date has been consistently kicked down the road. I wonder what he's talking about. I would love to be a fly on that wall. Tiffany Henyard, it ain't over. I don't know if that statement was a good statement. Basically, that's behind us now. Either way it goes, even with my great friend, Mr. Price, being in the comments of this particular live stream, I'm going to say this to you. If it is in fact that after the board determined that the mayor had to get 2 signatures and she willfully and intentionally went and cashed 1 check without 2 signatures, that is called corruption. There's no way, there's no ifs, ands, buts about it. There's no way around it. That's unlawful. That's wrong. I'm not a person that will not hold a person accountable because of them being associated with me. I just recently learned that I am actually, in fact, related to somebody who is now accused of murder. I just found that out officially today. I am related to somebody that is accused of murder. Having spoken to my family, now that I am aware, I told them I have a commitment and a covenant with justice and truth. My advocacy will be on the behalf of the victim based on my limited knowledge. So I will look into the matter, but I will not be doing this based on the fact that I may be related to somebody or am related to somebody. I'm doing it based on the fact of was it right or was it wrong. And if I do it for my family, I'll do it for anybody. So that's that. Whoo-wee. Let's keep it going. I'm in a war with the village of Dolton. It is multi-layered. I'm going to be transparent because that's always who I've always been. People are going to try to minimize it and make it about money because I have been in a fight with the village of Dolton behind the scenes trying to settle out of court my grievances with this village because of the retaliation of the village of Dolton. Here go Keith Price, who would or should be knowledgeable of some things, but here's what he says. He says, that bank should have never cashed any checks if there was 1 signature on them. That's all on the bank. I really wholeheartedly agree. But if she took the check to the bank, and $1.8 million worth of them, nah, she gone, Jack. She gone, Jack. As a matter of fact, why don't you come on this live stream and apologize to me? I love you, bro. I love you. No, she gone, Jack. If she, no, hell no. And I'm not excited to see nobody go, not true. B100 D. B100 dummy. B100 dickhead. Anybody know what this means? Now, Mr. Price. Mr. Price. I'm going to go to the next segment, but I don't know what this means. And I'm younger than you. Not true. Blood. Not true blood. That's what it say. Because the 1 serves as the L and the OO starts with the D. I should get a prize for that. All right. The bank shouldn't have cashed those checks, but she has to be responsible for even taking them checks to the bank. Sounds like Kyrak agrees with me. With that being said, let me see if I could do a quick poll real quick, because now I want to know. No, I'll just get y'all opinion. I'm going to take the first 10 comments. Do you all think, okay, one person over here, 1% of the Freeman, not Price. Wait, am I? You know, I never liked that when I was doing that fight that they both was named Freeman. Because you never knew which one. Well, I would always have moments where I mixed up. If I messed it up, then I apologize. But I want to be focused here a little bit. I got a lot to talk about today. Let's get a couple perspectives of the audience, y'all. If is it the bank or is it Tiffany or is it both? Let's see what y'all's opinion about that is. And then I'm gonna move on because I'm not parking there. I just know that they suing the bank. They didn't file criminal charges against her. And the response of the person that I spoke to was, why would we get in the way of a investigation? Um, they both going down. Both. You mean they both had the name Keith? Did I say something wrong again? Y'all confusing me. Sounds like there is a resounding I can. I can you work around that? Uh-oh, y'all. Christine finally came on this live stream drunk. She still has a liability in it because she know how policies as well as in regards to banking work. Sometimes the bank will also set you up. You ain't never lied. They'll let you cash that shit and call the police. Now, I want to say this though. I want to say this though. I want to say this though. You guys have got to understand that this stuff starts, if this stuff is consistently seeping out little by little, it gives you a bigger purview of the investigation and what's going on. Like I said, if nothing else, $1.8 million inappropriately cast, appropriated, or spent by an elected official, they're going to jail. The checks aren't hers. The banks are supposed to flag those checks. Christ, are you being for real right now? Let me move on, cause no, but golly, you just love, you are loyal to you. Hey, no, Christ, just give me my damn apology, man. Just give me my damn apology. But at the same time, she's coming in there as the mayor of the village. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Like if the owner of a company shows up with a check, I know this is the owner. I think I'll just go ahead and do that. Okay, so now y'all, let's move forward. Because like Tiffany Henyard said, get somebody else to mess with. Well, Bo Bradley said that. Somebody also made me laugh like a motherfucker. Because if anybody know Bo Bradley he don't give a damn. He think all press is good press. He probably ain't even talked to Tiffany Henyard. And when they called him, he just wanted to get him a damn comment in the newspaper so that he could still be seen. I don't know if Tiffany Henyard had paid that man or not, but for Bo to say that, basically, that is the most. I'm telling y'all, that is the most unlawyer like response I've ever heard in the middle of something that could result in criminal charges. We move, we gone. And that's the criminal defense attorney. No, my God. Okay, the prosecution has made this case. Bo, do you have a response? Yes, I have a response, Your Honor. I just want to basically say she's now in Atlanta. I rest my case. I don't believe them checks were for her. They were for vendors. We don't know. And so that is the thing. Now, if you went on ahead and broke the law to pay some vendors, you done. I'm sorry. Now, I really ain't finna break the law to pay somebody else. Now, like I said, I'm trying to move on. I do not want to sit here and go back and forth with my big bro on the live stream because it ain't fair. You ain't even here. You texting and it might be in delay. Yeah, it got to be in delay because you talking about something. It spelled blood 40 years after I've already figured that out. But we're gonna keep it going. Let's go past that. I got a lot to talk about. All right. So with that being said, look like me and Keith Price are now back into it again. God damn it. I'm just getting into it with everybody today. So me in the village of Dolton, we into it. I asked the central question that I demand to get an answer to, and that's who runs this damn village. But as you all know, if you looked at my page today, just like a country, I sent a few missiles over into their territory just to let them know what time it is and that I'm with it and on the bullshit. Because I feel like I have been taken advantage of. I feel like I've been disrespected. I feel like I've been treated as if I'm incompetent and not necessarily as somebody that's valued on any level. And so basically, one of the things that really upset me, and you may not understand this, but I fought very hard for the people of the village of Dolton. I fought very hard for the people of the village of Dolton. I then went from Dolton and over to Flint after a stint or a stop in, I mean, to Harvey after a stint and stop in Flint. All these people want to talk about all this nefarious colluding between us. I was really flabbergasted that when my friend Christopher Clark transitioned, damn, the mayor, who, when he was a trustee, would send encouragement, didn't even have time as the mayor to say, I know what kind of fighter you are. My condolences. I'm pretty sure you are feeling away. Be encouraged, keep your head up, get the fuck out, keep on going. I know how your passion is when you're invested in something. Here's some advice. That was a moment when I was like, damn, I got mayors, I got enemies of mine calling me in the political field and spectrum, judges, politicians, operatives, activists. I'm not his family, but I was like, damn, I got messages from across the city and in some regards, the state of Illinois. Not a single fuck you from Dolton. So it put me in my feelings, and that is not something that will make sense to you because you aren't in my seat, and I can understand any critique of that. But that became the cherry on the cake that has been basically being baked since the transition of these administrations. And so I sent a couple of shots from my nation to theirs. It's time for us to fight. I'm with the shits now. Fuck the settlement. Fuck the money. I started out at $350,000. I made that as a determination in council with lawyers that I was trying to determine who would ultimately handle this case. I then was willing to negotiate it all the way down to an amount lower than that significantly because I was at this. I didn't have to make more than Fania, but I sure as hell wasn't going to accept less than Lori. I think that makes sense. The most painful memory is the one that I think about the most. Losing Cairo in that fight. It was because people who knew where I was in retaliation, they called. My baby got taken, even though I'm responsible for him being where he was. And it caused me a great level of distress. I let the potential of a statute of limitations pass to where when Tiffany Henyard with that same lawyer sat on the news and gave an exclusive interview and defined me in a way that is not provable, and to say I had a thing that I didn't, that was defaming me, and it will always be there when that stuff is Googled. I let the statute of limitations pass on that. I may end up applying for a extension under certain circumstances. But I'm like, God damn. I experienced an injustice while trying to fight for this city to get on a better path, and y'all can't even settle this out of court for the minimal and not jock me and jerk me around and play games with me and basically spit on me and piss on me and tell me it's raining and that you was trying to put out a fire. No, fuck you. So that part sort of rings a little bit true. I experienced injustices there. Tiffany Henyard hiring a SWAT team for my presence. Them trying to kick me out of city meetings and out of the damn room. Them chasing me out of the jurisdiction. that they were not in, literally initiating a traffic stop. I could have went to jail for fleeing and eluding. They lied to another police agent in hopes of getting them to act. They literally, it's so many things I can talk about. And all I said was sell for the sake of the village. Just settle it with minimum. I even knew that basically it would be the difference between a settlement and a judgment. If I get a judgment, I got to wait till the $3 million is paid that the guy that went through the windshield when Lacey was chasing him, they got awarded 3 point something million dollars. I would have to wait with a judgment. But with a judgment, I know I would get a hell of a whole lot more with the things I talked to y'all about and the other things that I ain't even mentioned yet. And I'm sitting up here like, damn, just make it go away. Just settle it and end it so we can basically build. And the reason is because this isn't personal. My rights have been violated and I've experienced real injury fighting for y'all to get where you are. And this punk, weird ass lawyer who I've literally watched cover up the unethical behavior of Napoleon Harris is now stroking his ego in Dolton. And the only thing I can be told is we trust the counsel of our lawyer, who clearly has a track record of prolonging cases so he can keep on getting his payout. Of a lot of things that I'm interestingly looking at. You basically fired or removed you got rid of the administrator, didn't necessarily have to right away for the sake of an image. You got rid of the man who knew everything about the village, who actually in the last days of the administration, he went against and worked extremely hard from his house to make sure that the city stayed afloat and basically could have helped with a more effective transition. But now all of the village goes to shit and in total disarray because now your best friend or your friend who ain't never been an administrator in his life is now administrating in a village that is on the brink of being just as distressed as Harvey, Illinois. Oh, I can make my case. Y'all don't want me to sit here and keep on talking because I keep on talking and I'll be very effective at it. I'm sitting up here looking at things that challenge me with the police department. God damn, it is interesting. But I am a man that's committed to the truth. Do you all know that after putting out that long message about Devontae Stewart, I got a call from Devontae Stewart today, and it was quite an amazing and educating conversation. Devontae Stewart explained to me that he did not have anything to do with the gentleman in Munster, Indiana. That the fact is that he sold him a car, and that guy never did what he needed to do to change the registration. It came back to him, but there's video evidence that he was not involved with that matter. That is why that city has not pursued him with criminal charges. So with that being said, I have fact checkers that are working on some of the things that we talked about. However, two things came back to be true. And with that being said, and after I've had a very lengthy conversation with Devontae Stewart that lasted about probably an hour, he spent more time advocating for the village to have mercy and consideration because the weight of being a mayor is far more difficult than most people would appreciate understanding. And as I listened to him explain things that I actually knew, I was thoroughly impressed to find out that Devontae Stewart is a smart ass man who got great command of governance as well as the problems that are faced. And he even said stuff that I didn't know. And I gotta be honest, I understand how valuable he actually is now. We talked about him being in the current state of where he's at, where he is not working there. And I asked him, well, what is it that you desire? He wants to see government run well. And he said that his heart would love to be working in the village of Dolton. He has a love for the village of Dolton. He actually has a great appreciation for the mayor, Jason House. He laid out how impossible the job is. I'm going to give you some of those pointers so that it can make sense. Who is that behind me? I'm crying. He, trust me, ain't nobody behind me, but you better know that. See, this is the thing that I love, because I always tell y'all I ain't never by myself. But sitting right in front of my office door is somebody that they go, you got to get through that motherfucker right there before you can even get into this room. And then it's a lock, and we got safety measures. So don't worry about it. I'm good. I ain't scared of shit. I ain't scared of nobody. And even if I didn't have them, I got grace and mercy, two angels that go with me everywhere I am. Now let's keep on talking. I hope this is making sense to y'all. He explained how without a business tax base, zip them pockets. Oh, you trying to distract me, nigga. They know that I can get distracted. I'm gonna cut the comments off. Devontae Stewart explained the impossibility of managing city governance and how places that are not prominent, they stay in peril. For example, and it's true, if you don't have a business district that can carry the finances of the community, and you got to depend on the residential, then you only give them one option. You have to raise taxes. When every year there is a rise in cost in governance. For example, unions always want a raise. It's true. And he explained how if you don't have the business income and you got all of the financial demand, you're left with one option. If you don't have billionaires or relationships that can literally, or how you can't necessarily rely on the state to bail you out when the state is on the brink of being broken itself. I wanted to tell y'all that because I want you to think about that. Why everybody want to be the mayor. If you don't got the relationship, same shit in Harvey. The thing that I love about Harvey is that everybody is trying to fight to become the mayor. And about half of them, no, all of them that I've seen as candidates ain't impressed me on no level. They're going to run into the same shit, if not worse, than Christopher Clark did. And I hope, some parts of me hope to see certain people sit in that seat and beat their chest. Because they gonna catch hell if they don't have the ability to bring in what that city cannot attract. Bars, political bars. If you can't bring in what that city can't attract, you ain't gonna do shit different than the person that was in that seat before you. You're gonna be robbing Peter to pay Paulette. And the reason why it's Paulette is because men ain't on their post. Women are leading in almost every arena in society, especially in the Black community right now. And it is blowing my mind. I don't know what the hell happened, but men ain't like they used to be. And so anyway, moving forward, that was the conversation. Instead of him taking this time to convince me that he wasn't this bad guy, he said, Jedediah, I already know that you trying to get the right stuff done, and I'm collateral damage. I know it ain't personal. I remember when I saw you in the basement. I remember when I saw you after the election. You've been a kind and you've been a wonderful guy. And he said, I want to see the government run the way it's supposed to run. And if you do that for an hour, okay, I believe it. So he even said, Jedediah, the situation with the car and my condition as an employee, he said, it ain't the way you explained it. He said, please dig deeper. Simple request that I can honor. So fact checkers are on that. But in my war, first day shooting shots, Devontae Stewart off the hook with me. I'll keep you updated. Somebody said, stop telling secrets. Do you not see 328 people over here? People want the motherfucking tea. I'm the one to give it. Order in the court. The next time you get on this motherfucker and you tell me how to run my show, you will be held in contempt. And I will call one of these bailiff ass mobs to put you in timeout. Now, I don't know how y'all think y'all gonna do it in anybody else's room, but I'm not no motherfucking judge. No, because all them tough. This is the commander's court. Now you be nice, Frederick. I love you. I love you. If I Now, do y'all want more? Y'all say I'm done. I'm just being informative. I ain't necessarily trying to be entertaining. I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all what's going on. So the desk doesn't stand a chance. Somebody said he back to make money in Dolton. You got that motherfucking right, and I need every dime they got. So with that being said, and they gonna give it to me too, one way or another, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. But you know what? Since I'm finna be getting all these millions of dollars from these development projects, don't worry about it. If I don't get a motherfucking thing from them, I'm okay. I ain't get nothing when I was there the first time, but I'm gonna tell you what's not gonna happen. You ain't gonna get shit, regardless. So don't worry about my motive. I'll tell you what it is. You ain't gotta speak for me. So with that being said, let's keep it going. Because guess what? Also, I bet you if your channel come on, you ain't gonna be able to tell half the shit I can. Weird ass. Now get held in contempt. Now, moving forward, the next missile I threw over there to the village of Dolton, told you guys that the police chief was on administrative leave. That one right there is tough. That one right there is tough. So basically, there is some things that are going on in the village of Dolton. I heard that it was pretty much being handled and addressed, but it's out there now. But it's been out there anyway. Now that I've done my research, it's been out there. There's an investigation that is going on. You're dodging that apology. Keith, come on this platform. I'm finna send you this invite. You tell me, I think by the end of this live today, you gonna go ahead and get that apology. Let me see. Let me send this to Mr. Price for a second. Hold on. Mr. Price, you got an offer to come on this show and tell us what I'm missing. Hold on. Please don't do it, though, if you got them raggedy ass devices you always be having. If you got them raggedy ass devices, never mind. That you can't never talk, make sure your dog is woke, because ain't nobody trying to hear all that damn snoring from that dog. Can I pet that dog? Can I pet that dog? If that dog is sleepy, and if your device ain't working, don't come on here. But if you really, really believe that you got enough to demand that apology, I just sent you the link in the comment section. I swear if that dog is sleepy, don't come on here. So now we're gonna see if Price comes on the live stream. But let's go. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. I got a call. Somebody saying. So I had to call somebody saying, make sure you know the facts. Well, Jedediah loves to know the facts, but also I love to put out there the limited information that I have and get the rest. And I got a lot, but this whole situation, I can't wait for her to be sitting in the cell. Why? That is such a horrible. That is not. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. Okay, well, I didn't live in Dolton. I don't really want to tell people how they feel. You know, Tiffany did stuff to me in retaliation, but I think that they should just have to pay me for it. I don't really want to see the woman go to jail. That's not really a thing for me. Like, why you can't wait for her to go to jail? That's so harsh. I won't cry if she goes to jail, but I'm not sitting here, I can't wait for her to go to jail. That's not. Yeah, I don't think, unless you live in the village and she's done something to you, because if she didn't, it's kind of not a normal thing, just so you know. It's not a normal thing. I would, in love, recommend a therapist. Because just sitting around wanting somebody to suffer because you watched their story in this kind of sense, That ain't good. All right. So, and I can speak about the biblical perspective of that. If love your neighbor as you love yourself, we all got flaws. All I have to say is Anthony McCaskill be lucky. You're lucky that Keith Price was in that board meeting, calm, cool, and collected, because he would have been flipping tables by now. All I have to say is Anthony McCaskill, be lucky. You're lucky that Keith Price was in that board. I'm so lost. Okay. God can't use people with dark hearts. Can't go into these fights wishing for destruction. You go into these fights wishing for justice. And if that means that somebody's incarcerated, then so be it. But you don't really love that, because the goal is to recover. But not everybody believes in that kind of light. So I get it. So on Friday, ladies and gentlemen, there will be a hearing concerning the police chief of Dolton. I don't know if this will be closed or open, but there will be a meeting on Friday about the future of the police chief, who comes from the city of comes from the city of Chicago. And that should be an interesting development, because I don't even think that man has served as police chief for a year. And maybe now this will help some of the other things that I won't talk about tonight come to light, because I believe that there's some real concerns in the village. Now, I also, when I shot over, I put out that there is a trip that they're getting ready to take that's going to cost upwards of $20,000. Today, representatives, people who are connected in Dolton said to me that is not a trip like the Vegas trip, but they will actually be local. And it is a retreat for all of the staff in the village of Dolton. And they, I quote, said, it is 100% donated, end quote. So whatever this $20,000 plus trip is, it is in the state, and it is a retreat for the staff to get more cohesive and collaborative. Sound like a sex party to me. Will there be coke? Scandals and allegations. No, I'm just playing. But that's what they said. So I'm saying, okay, I don't know. I don't know if it's true, but I'm definitely going to be checking it out. I do know for a fact that my team has sent over a FOIA to the village of Harvey, and I'm not happy, because I hope we're not lying on FOIAs. And I sent a FOIA to Thornton Township, and I think that they're withholding information and blatantly lying on FOIAs. So I will FOIA Dolton and see if they are going to blatantly lie or if they're going to reject the FOIA. Because according to Ryan Sinwelski and Edgar County Watchdogs, FOIAs is big business. It's crazy work. Somebody got the nerve to come on here and say, I'm coming for money. And people out here literally not looking for information. They looking for paydays. I could never. Trash. Y'all good or y'all want more? I need to know if the sharks are satisfied with the blood that's being put in the water. Mas, or, oh, now you ain't got a link. It's inside your messenger. It's inside your messenger. As a matter of fact, I'll put it inside of headquarters. Uh-oh, ladies and gentlemen, Keith Price is finna come on and start some shit. Okay, y'all. Also, side point while we're waiting, off topic here, I still don't know if that lady got COVID or not. The lady that's on the internet cussing out her daughter and cussing us out, First of all, it's something so satisfying listening to her cuss us out. I literally felt like I was getting cursed out by this woman and I never met her. She has no clue who I am or even that I'm watching, but she literally was cussing us out so good. I was enjoying it. But I still don't know if she got COVID or if the CDC is tracking her. But I do want to find her so I can hire her to be my passionate translator because she got some good cuss words. And I don't know, again, I said it yesterday, I said it again. I think people without teeth cuss better. Something about it. And no teeth with a tongue ring cussing. It just does some good for the soul. All right. This does this look like the face of a lady that took $1.5 million? No, $1.8 million. Does this look like the face of a lady that took $1.8 million, y'all? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. If she did take $1.8 million, and so obviously, if she did take $1.8 million, I do remember that day when she was just swinging her arms when they was walking around in court. That coat was ugly as hell. She sure as hell didn't wear the money. That remember that purple coat, child, when she was walking through court. Hooey. Is it okay? Price, are you coming on here or no? Because if not, I gotta keep going on. Princess wants more tea, and I got it. All right. So right now, what am I saying as it relates to my war with Dolton? We are going to initiate diplomatic conversations, and I'm gonna see if they want to find resolution to my very, very concerning feelings and sentiments, and that we can find a path to not be in tour with each other. And hopefully, these are amateur mayoral mistakes. But I don't give a fuck how much I like a politician. They're a politician. And a politician should be held accountable and their feet to the fire based on how they govern because it's going to affect people's lives. I'm gonna put the link right here in the chat. Now you got it in the chat. But so do idiots. But it's okay. My black finger will be fast. So I gave you that. We will see if Mr. Key Price will come on. So that is a part of what is taking place with my day in fighting with Dalton, sending missiles over. But one thing that I will definitely say is that not one person, and this is just being honest and integral, not one person has been disrespectful, not one person has been contentious, not one person has been hostile, and not one person has not been, at least in a way of saying, there has to be a way for us not to be into it. And so me being an honorable and respectable man, because it ain't about a shit show, getting episodes, putting out information and tea and none of that. If things that are wrong could be made right, I will be satisfied enough to trust the process and let the system trust the system and let the process take its course. You don't have to like it because I told you more than you would have ever known if I didn't tell you nothing. So ain't nothing to hide. And guess what? This is what happens in American processes. Now, as far as the snow program, I said, what happened to the efficiency of the snow program? People are touting losing whole family members in mountains of unshoveled snow in the village of Dolton, a lack of sea salt. Somebody said that they had to be putting down sugar because for some reason, the Tiffany Henyard era of snow removal is gone. Well, Stacey Corral has been tanked. He gone. But I heard through the grapevine today that Tiffany Henyard did not implement and put in this award-winning snow program. It was actually the will or the brainchild of her former staffer, Dr. Nikita Cloud, who is no longer a chief of staff with the village of Dalton, but serves with some of their public relations. Maybe they need to ask Nikita to help with the snow. I don't know. But I've not been involved with Dalton. I've not been engaged with Dalton. I've not been active with Dalton. I saw that a Dalton resident took a shot at me today. It's unfortunate, but I will say that they have talked, have reached out to me several times. I've been pretty busy all day. I'm going to do this because it's fun for me to do it, not use the word intentionally fun, but I'm gonna be factual. I am related to somebody that is accused of murder, and I am processing all of that information. I will not say who because there are too many moving parts right now. But as an advocate, I want to be clear. I am on the side of justice, not on the side of familiarity or relationship or anything like that. If somebody that I know committed murder and they did it and it wasn't in self defense, I would be telling them they need to turn themselves in, but not like an Andrew Holmes turn yourself in. That's another thing I learned today. In lieu of in lieu of what happened in Harvey, I began to wonder about the succession plan of these cities. I wonder did you all notice because I never even thought about this. Do you all know that if Mayor Jason House was removed as the mayor, that the mayor would be Andrew Holmes? Jason House becoming the mayor of Dalton makes Andrew Holmes the senior trustee. That's some interesting shit. These are just things that are random and that I don't even think about. I knew Keith Price, I must have he wasn't getting no link. Now, okay, now you coming on the screen. I was going to talk mad shit about you. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only. Now look, don't come on here with no bullshit. Because I love this brother because he has withstood the test. And many people are finding that out. So look, let him talk his talk. Let him speak his truth. Ladies and gentlemen, Keith Price, welcome to the show. And it looks like life is good. You finally got a good fucking signal.
I don't. You can hear me for real. Finally,
Man, we can hear you and see. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Man, hold on. Is the dog good? I got some caffeine for the dog.
The dog is asleep in another room.
Funniest live stream I ever been with this guy is all these guys. There's four screens of men on the screen. Everybody bright eyed,
With
bushy
my
tailed.
glasses on.
But we hear this crazy amount of snoring, only to realize at the end of the live stream that was KP's dog, snoring like a grown ass man.
Definitely. Now, what's the word, man? Why you
Sitting
battling?
right next to you, snoring crazy.
Why you battling with Dolton, man?
I'm trying to
Just
find out, huh?
take your money, man, and just go home, man.
Take my money is crazy.
Yeah. You said they offered you some money.
Yeah. Oh, Bert Alderson did. Okay, well, let's put it out there then, since you want to talk shit.
No, I'm saying I thought you said in while you was talking that they offered you some money.
No, Bert Alderson offered me, the lawyer offered me a settlement of $25,000.
What?
He offered me a settlement of $25,000.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you keep that.
He could kiss my black ass.
Now that you said that, I gotta agree with you.
Crackhead. You really think I'm a goofy? And so the village seems to say they trust Bert Oderson in doing his job, that nobody is involved with the lawyer who assesses the cases. His job is to get rid of these cases, and that's what he came back with. But
Man, Bert Oderson has been taking advantage of black communities for years, man. Anywhere he can put a wedge in between council members and start up mess, that's what he do. And he run up the bag everywhere he is. Anywhere Oderson is, I can almost guarantee is conflict. And the board is suing the board and they at each other, bro.
and the crazy part is that they're gonna have to pay way more than that in a legal battle in court.
Yeah, they gonna but he gonna run up the bag. He gonna be good.
Probably gonna get $300 an hour.
Yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
definitely.
So I was like, oh, so
Probably
this
that's probably low for him, but yeah.
that's how they get paid. But I don't like how Jason is allowing them to just do what the fuck they want to do. It don't make full sense to me.
I would I don't know. I don't know what his relationship is with that guy.
I tried to
But
reach out to the mayor about this lawsuit, and Bert Oderson said, you don't need you have a lawyer, you don't need to speak to the mayor. Excuse the fuck out of me. First of all, this ain't my first rodeo with court. The lawyers talk to each other and the clients can talk to each other, and he your boss. So are you speaking on your own behalf, or is this some shit Jason House said to tell me?
who knows? Who knows? You should reach out through a mutual person and and try to make contact that way, man. Because
Hey,
they definitely don't want you to talk to them. Because if y'all could work it out, then
Price,
you cut out their money.
Price, I don't want to talk to you with you laying in the bed.
Well, that's something personal, man. I don't know what you got going on,
Get the
man.
fuck up, man.
I
Get
hope
up.
it. I
You
hope
are
it don't.
on you are on the air and there's almost 400 people watching. Get your ass up.
I
I am
told you.
you be having the
Man,
red. You want to always call make jokes and call me all kind of shit. Then don't talk. Don't lay down comfortable in the bed talking to me, nigga. Your wife is
oh
in there,
man.
right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
How you doing,
yeah.
Miss Price? How you doing, Miss
You in my ear. She can't hear.
Price?
Jed said, "How you doing, Miss Price? How you
You
doing,
think
Miss Price?"
so? Are you ready to
She
apologize?
said she's great.
Are
How
you
are
ready
you?
to apologize? $1.8 million. She took.
Huh? Oh, I ain't know if you could hear. Right, you can't hear. What's up? You say what? No, you in my ear, so she can't hear you.
Oh, you gonna get in trouble right here on live.
Hell no.
Your voice got shaky in the motherfucker. I just was telling them.
Nah, because I couldn't really hear her because you in my ear. But what you say about
Jesus
apologies?
Christ, you on a good track. People are finding out the truth about you like I knew they would. Are you ready to give the final apology? $1.8 million in checks presented to the bank that was
You
un.
know, you know what people gotta stop doing? What you should want to see is each check that totaled out to 1.8 and see who it went to, bro. I'm quite sure, well, I know it won't have my name on it, but I'm quite sure it won't have her name on it. She not going to the bank cashing big money for herself. It's gonna probably be money that was owed to vendors. But when you have an agreement with a bank, bro, as a municipality or any type of governmental entity, and you have a two signature requirement, the bank is not they're not supposed to cash those checks if it's one signature on it, bro. It's supposed to get flagged and you're supposed to be notified. Uh, that's how it happened. And sometimes some checks will get signed and it'll be one signature, but the bank is really supposed to contact their client and let them know that another signature is needed.
I told you what our bank said though.
What?
They said that's just the board's policy, but they don't enforce that as long as it's a signature. They don't enforce a two signature
But the
policy.
other bank for the Park District did,
Okay.
if it was. So that's probably like my wife said at one of the other banks that the library at, that they told her, that's your board's policy. That's not our policy at our bank. So, but we did have another bank back in the day that if a one signature check came through, they would contact the Park District and say, hey, this check only got one signature. But I
Yeah,
think the
but she knew she needed two signatures.
yeah, I'm quite sure everybody know you need two signatures.
She knew the rules of the board, but I do point out the fact that nobody is implicating her in a criminal complaint. I find that to be interesting.
I soon as you said that, you know what I said? That's because nothing really is gonna come back to her with that aspect as being criminal. Um, we do know everybody knows about the $500,000 check. They was talking about that all before the election, but that was for all the streets that got done. So if 500,000 is in one check, then I mean, what's in the other checks to what would that be? Another 1.3 if you said the total was 1.8? You know what I'm saying? What were the checks is the question. Um, I'm quite sure it's not going to be big checks to her friends or stuff like that. And if it's to vendors that was owed money in municipal government, you got a prompt payment act, where if people aren't paid, I forget what it is, 60, 90 days, they can start charging interest. So, I mean, it's always just good to get all the facts first. I know everybody and their mama been hoping, wishing, and praying, which is sad, like you said, for somebody to go to jail. But I just don't think she was doing no stuff like that, bro. I still don't think it.
So you just gonna really hold the fuck out to the end.
Hey, I don't, I did not see that type of activity, dog.
I think that's a valid perspective. Obviously, she probably didn't feel that she would have the cooperation of Allison Keys to get things done. She got these vendors. She want to keep things going. I can kind of work with that a little bit, but I would at least be able to say, but she knew that was risky business, cashing those checks or trying to cash those checks without board approval.
I
Or
mean, yeah, like it's so many unanswered questions. Like, was she walking in the bank with these checks like here, or was this people that got their checks for doing, be it tree trimming, streets, or whatever, and they just cashed their check? Like, I'm quite sure she wasn't walking in the bank with these checks. I'm quite sure these was checks that was mailed out to vendors and stuff. And I'm quite sure that's why she wasn't named criminally. Um,
But they
it,
also
it
didn't name Lacey criminally, and he clearly stole money getting overtime payments when he was actually a salaried police chief, and that was under her watch. So I think
yeah,
that both are culpable, the current administration and the former, for allowing the taxpayers to bear that cost. With
man, you know what I'm more worried about?
what?
I'm more worried about if Thornton Township don't elect a new committeeman, then the residents of Thornton Township will probably never get to vote for a supervisor again. I'm more concerned about a person that left people out in the cold right now, that's coming up for election, that stole an election, that hid a salary in a Crohn's bill at that. Uh, that's what that's the big topic now. I
Not a
mean, I know a lot of people don't want to believe it, man, but Tiffany is old news. Although a lot of people got to mention her to get their ratings and they clicks and they this and they that. Even the newspapers got to mention her, but they should be mentioning.
that means she's still relevant news, my nigga.
Oh yes, because hey, Sometimes you get a unicorn, and and
I ain't
they
gonna lie. Hey,
and
I
they
ain't gonna
get
lie.
and they get the they
I
get the
ain't seen
traction.
bro. I ain't seen 390 in a year.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Hey, soon as you mention Tiffany, hey, people clicking, baby,
Hey,
they in.
hold on, wait a minute. As a matter
He
of
gonna
fact,
say I ain't seen
hold on,
390
hold on.
people in a year.
By the way, I ain't stay 390. It is so good to see y'all over here to investigate and advocate. I don't know what the fuck y'all been. We've been talking about all kind of shit that ain't got nothing to do with Tiffany, but I'm so glad y'all stopped by today. And y'all will come. If I would have known all y'all was gonna be here, I would have got a goddamn line. But glad
Yeah, I definitely wasn't expecting
I'm
this.
in old school INA numbers right now, nigga. All right, but look,
Oh goodness.
let's go to something else, and I think I'll go back to the Harris thing. But if I put Harris in the topic, he ain't anybody trying to fuck. Anyway, let's go to this. There a lot of people message me about the snow removal, about the snow removal in the dog. They miss this. They miss these kinds of images somewhat. And so I'm gonna play this image real quick. 1 second.
This what we do. Let me show you what your Superman do.
Wait, that street already finished.
I got. Oh, turn it from me. This what we do.
Wait a minute now. I was about to say something positive, but it wasn't. She ain't do shit.
It was some snow blowing out of there. You ain't see it? Did you did you not see it, man?
It was some flakes. It was a little okay, okay.
Yeah, it got a little blow on there,
Yeah,
man.
it was okay. Technically, I mean some any fucking
No, but a lot of people have been complaining about that. I mean, you see it, you really see it in like Dalton politics, Thornton Township pages. Like that's where I've been reading it at. It is what it is. Some people are truly public servants, bro. And one thing she did is she truly looked out for people. People haven't gotten boxes like they was getting. People haven't gotten their snow removed like but at the same time, some people jump on a bandwagon without getting all the truth. And you just gonna have that, man. You'll never satisfy everybody, bro. And it was an all out attack. And if people don't see what it really was right now, uh, you had literature that came out from the current committeeman and supervisor today talking about mental health. Uh, and he led the he spearheaded all the mayors to sign to shoot down when she had mental health on the ballot, bro. So you just got to really, if people don't see what has happened, then really they just not trying to see it, and you'll never change a hardened heart. So uh, everybody make mistakes. I'm sure some things she might have redone or reconsidered, but overall, that lady took care of people, and she was publicly attacked for 3.5 years straight, and it basically was by the whole Democratic Party, bro. And it worked. I mean, sometimes you give people some ammunition, and the last thing you want to do when you're under attack is give people more ammunition to keep shooting at you. Uh, but it's definitely a lot more to the story if they can't see how it all unfolded. Um, I mean, we talking about a caucus that was stolen. Didn't allow anybody else to nominate themselves. I'm not talking about Tiffany. I could have came in there and nominated Kenny Williams. Somebody could have came in there and nominated Keith Price. You know, the process was flawed. People were left out in the cold. This man took his mask off and showed you who he really was that night. Um, then after that, look what happened. All the people that was in his corner, from the clerk of Calumet City, Miss Figgs. Um, Michael Smith was on his board. Michael Smith left his board. Um, Stephanie Wiedemann, he screwed over her. He screwed over Dr. Nikita Cloud. He screwed over Kiana Belcher. These are all people that he screwed over me before the termination.
Kobe Chapman
So
is no longer the president of the youth division of DOT. That's
yeah,
interesting.
I heard that she was no longer the president of that, um, and it's unfortunate. Uh, Kobe is probably going to be the next one to get screwed over. I don't think he's going to support her for mayor. Um, I think he gonna stay in the bed with the McCaskills for whatever reason. They in the bed together, and
Hold on, but do you know how diabolical politics is? The McCaskill sent out a mailer with a picture with Jason House. And if
I
you were
heard
paying attention, it looked like Jason is supporting McCaskill. This man publicly supported Kiana. They have no insult level.
nah. Well, they were taught by a man who told all of us if you could trick them, you could beat them. I said I shouldn't have to trick people to win. You know what I'm saying? So you got some people that live by that motto. If you could trick them, you could beat them. You had the mayor of Midlothian's wife come on publicly on a post and say, "Hey, does my husband know that he endorsed you? Because he said he didn't." You know what I'm saying? And she took it down, but INA had already had it screenshotted, and it was already duly noted.
That was disgusting.
Yeah, so I mean, this is not the first. I talked to a mayor personally. Nope, I take that back. I talked to a committeeman personally. I said, "Man, you supporting her?" He said, "Keith, I did not give her my support, but you know, they are threatening not releasing people's funding to the cities." And this is another flaw of this guy. If you don't like, if I don't like Jedediah Brown, and Jedediah Brown is running a city, I should never hurt
The
20,000
city
other people, bro. I
wrong.
should never hurt 20, because in doing that, you're hurting your supporters. As a senator, not releasing this money, you're hurting your supporters.
And it's their money. You're holding up their
Exactly.
money to help them. It is
Hey,
the craziest thing, and people parade this man, and he's doing it blatantly in their face. And
well, bro, it's not even, it looks more powerful than it is. And I'll tell you why.
hold on, but let me pause right there though, because in
Okay.
context of the conversation, if Tiffany Henyard was doing anything that Napoleon is actually doing, she would have been slaughtered. We
All
love.
the way.
She would have been slaughtered. And
All the way, bro.
so one of the things that we got to acknowledge is that the heat that came down on her, she brought it on herself because she didn't know how to shut her mouth. It's one of my biggest issues at times. However, Napoleon presents as the all-American politician and he's black. He's a football player. But if you really pay attention to what this man is doing, he should be getting worse than what Tiffany Henyard received.
Bro, it is worse. It's worse. And it's sad that, my thing is, if you if you're gonna hold people accountable, hold everybody accountable. It can't be because you like Jed, I'm not gonna say nothing. I think you cool as hell, but when you and I are talking, I tell you about the things I don't like. And them are the type of people that you really want in your corner, man. You don't want people in your corner that's just gonna let you act a damn fool and not say nothing. They gonna root it on. Uh, the stuff that this guy is doing, giving out grass cutting contracts without doing the proper bidding, giving them to political cronies. Uh, I got to put in a FOIA about this food contract because allegedly he's just given a food contract to a company that his brother is affiliated with for like 15, 20,000 a month. It didn't go out to bid, bro.
You just put out some information that I don't think the public was ready for. Y'all don't know.
Nah, it didn't. It didn't go out to bid. And anybody that knows about township uh
You petty as
protocol,
hell.
huh?
You petty.
Hey, what you can't say is
You
while
like
I was there, everything went out to bid. Everything went out to bid.
no.
Everything was properly bidded.
Hold on, but pause. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a very big bombshell release that Key Price just released. I know about this, but I ain't said nothing yet. Basically, Key Price, who was in food service, is telling y'all that Napoleon Harris has allegedly given his brother $15,000 a month for a food contract with the township. But they're also trying to hide it because they didn't know that people found out. Not only did people find out, we can prove it. That is blatant corruption. It is wrong on every single level. And it should piss off everybody in the Southland because literally he's utilizing the riches of this office to create a dynasty and to enrich his own friends and loyal supporters. That is not good governance. And they're taking that, his all of his seats, all of his control, and they're threatening municipalities that if they don't kiss the ring, they will be starved out of resources and opportunities and even support. This is dangerous for democracy.
Nah, it ain't right at all, bro. And I've heard this from multiple elected officials that they get a call and they get reminded about the funding that they're waiting to be released. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't like, if you don't do this, you ain't gonna get it. You say, hey, remember, you got that money you waiting to get released. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, it's sad because to allow or for the public, this is more to me about the public. Um, because and I feel like Mama Mary, and I feel like Stubbs, and I feel like Gonzalez, all that stuff you did, y'all all had a plot, y'all all had a plan, and
Hands
they
off Mary, man. Let me
you
say
always
this.
you always say
Let me
that, but a
say
fact is
this.
a fact,
Let
bro.
me
It's
say
a
this.
fact. Guess
I
what I'm
can,
not doing?
but
Guess what
hold
I'm
on.
not doing?
You can't admit that it's wrong to present a check and knowing that you need two signatures. So don't
Who
say
presented the check though?
Tiffany Henyard.
Did she present it? Was she there like here? Or were the checks mailed out? Could it been her? Or was it her administrator that mailed it out? Who could have mailed the checks out, bro? Y'all act like she went in there with these checks. I doubt if she went in there with multiple checks like that,
But
bro.
you don't know.
Yeah, but what I do know is Mother Mary ain't opening her mouth and checking NAPO on nothing
But
he's
you
doing
don't know.
in public. How about that? Like
In
she was
thank
doing.
you. In
How
public.
about that? I give
Mary
you that.
Mary is one vote. She is a senior resident, and I
Hey,
believe because I've had the same problems, I've had the same thoughts and concerns. But one thing that I know for a fact is Mary Avant doesn't have a problem with speaking her mind. And just because you don't see her speaking it in spectacle in front of a small group of people who 9 times out of 10 ain't gonna back her up, doesn't mean that she's not questioning what's going on in that board.
all right, now I believe you have an extreme bias because you love Mother Mary.
I have
We know
no.
that.
I
Listen
would
though,
hold her accountable.
Jed. Let's keep
You
it
have
up.
an
Let's
extreme
keep it up.
bias because you love Tiffany Henyard,
Okay, so you know what I'm talking about, right?
but I don't have
But
that. I don't have that.
but what I this is what I can only judge you on what I know you for, bro. Right? If I know Mother Mary to be at Dolton, yelling out unasked that seat, talking all that junk, get out of here. Everybody standing up. You're going to jail. You're going to jail. All the drama and chaos that they created to now sit silent and be getting paid more than they're supposed to be getting paid, which is what I think got them silent. I don't know how we as the public ignore that.
But Price, how many of our fights have been public?
When you're talking about Dolton, damn near all of them, it wasn't public, it was global. Shit.
I'm talking about you and me, bro. How many of our disagreements or our fights are public?
Oh, none of ours.
Zero. People would not know the caliber of how me and you will, how direct we are with each other when we don't agree. But in public, they never know. But and just like in the height of all of that, because I knew the truth, I know that you have advised against a lot of stuff. I know that you stood on your laurels when people had no clue about it and they dragged you in the new in public. I knew stuff that people didn't know, and that's why I stood on the fact that he ain't the person y'all making him out to be. And I'm saying,
So
but
so you standing on the fact that
I'm
Mary
saying
ain't the
to
person
you,
that I'm thinking she
I'm
is right now.
saying to you, that's who I am, and that's why I would do the same thing for Mary Avant. I can't speak
I
for
can
the other
understand that.
people. Gonzalez definitely deserved that smoke, but Mary Avant, I believe that that senior woman is doing the best she can
Look,
behind.
let me tell you something about in politics, bro. There's no such thing as a senior woman. You don't get no pass. You're an elected official. If you're 18 or if you're 81, you're an elected official. It's not, oh, he's 18. I don't need to listen to him. That 18-year-old needs the same respect as that 81-year-old. They're elected officials and they have a job and a duty
Man,
to
y'all
do.
are fighting this man like hell.
Who?
You,
Fighting
Steph,
who?
you, Stephanie, Kiana, even me in some regards. How much backup you get?
Uh,
Shit.
I'm used to not having backup,
You're not
dog.
getting shit.
When
How
you first met me,
no,
who
hold
was
on.
moving
No,
me?
okay, I'm asking you a real question though. How much support are you getting? And you are
And
right
that,
now fighting for literally over 150,000 residents, and they don't even know. Barely listening to the shit. How much
hey,
support are you getting?
it don't matter. I don't believe much at all. I don't believe much at all.
No,
But guess what?
exactly.
I
So
I
you
got a
want this woman. Hold on
I
though.
got a duty. I got a duty to put out a call.
No, no. You
No,
want
okay,
this.
okay. Let's take it a little step further.
Hold
Let's
on.
take
I'm just trying to ask a question based on what you said. You
and
want
I'm gonna
Mary
answer
about to crash out publicly for a community that don't even show up in the damn meetings for themselves. Really?
because because it ain't no drama. The minute Mary, Stubbs, and Gonzalez decide, they go to three, they can do whatever they want. Y'all witnessed that with Tiffany. Their silence is what concerns me. If Gonzalez, Stubbs, and Mary stood together, it wouldn't matter what Napoleon wanted to do. But what we need to find out is Stubbs getting something from one of these other spots? Is her son, cousin, uh, daughter, in-law, whatever, being paid at 205 or the college or at the township? Is Mary getting something? Is something else keeping these people's mouths closed, bro? It's
I
something
think
else.
you.
Somebody,
Well, first of all, I want to say for a fact, I don't think anybody thinks that Mary needs money. So I think that a, that is not a good argument. She
let me
don't.
tell you this.
But
Yeah.
but hold on.
I heard Stubbs say she don't need money. She'll buy all the kids stuff and everything. But everybody took this extra money. For people that don't need money to accept more money than they're supposed to be getting for their yearly salary, bro, that's not an argument. Has Warren Buffett stopped working? Has Bill Gates stopped working? Has Donald Trump stopped working? There's no such thing as you don't need
Man,
no money, bro.
no, let me say this differently for you then. If I knew what I knew now, I wouldn't have did none of that shit for dog. And if I
I could believe
actually
that.
wanted, and if I would have been, if I would have paid attention, I actually would have tried to find a way to literally either just get the fuck away or make it make sense for my future.
I could believe that. I
Sometimes
could
people
believe
ain't
that.
worth the crash out. As a matter of fact, consistently they aren't worth for the crash out. And I may be extremely biased, but I'll be damned if Mary put herself out there for the slaughter for these same fucking people who wouldn't even turn around and act like they would literally not give a fuck. And I'm telling you that with experience. There's
If
no
Mary,
way, there's
I
no
get
way
it.
that that makes sense to me on any
I
level.
I,
I don't think that Gonzalez got the
I
balls.
totally
But
understand that.
let me say the statement, please. I don't think Gonzalez got the balls. I'm not all the way 100% clear on where Valerie stand on anything. But I know for a fact, Mary, and I'm saying this as a fact, Mary is asking them damn questions. Mary is being vocal.
I could
And Mary
I
is
can believe that.
doing something.
I get
I'm
Miss
not,
Mary.
but
I give Miss Mary
she
that.
better not go against that damn senator with all his power, and you got all these punk bitch made ass mayors who won't even challenge a man who was stopping them
Who
from getting
won't
millions for their neighborhood.
who
Not
who
happening.
won't open their mouth. You know, and
Look at
that's why I got
Stephanie Wiedeman's campaign. How much support she getting? They out there knocking on doors with 3 motherfuckers at a time. You think somebody finna get
but
in?
we got a lot of people moving though.
Make it make sense.
We got a lot of people moving. But you know, a lot of the people that you're right, they don't want to come out openly.
Y'all want
But that
these
don't
them same fucking idiots who are in there talking shit now, looking for a fame moment. They not looking for no fucking change. I'm so sorry. I get really passionate about this because I'm just gonna tell you in a different sense. We ain't worth the fucking fight.
hey, and you
Stay,
know,
stay quiet, Mary. Vote the
listen,
way you do.
listen. You not wrong, bro. Your statement not wrong. And that's why when people ask me, "Come on, KP, it's your time. Do it again." I think they know they messed up. No, bro, they not. And that's what hurts the most, especially when you're passionate about something. When people are not, you know, it's easy to just talk. This is what people love to do, talk. But when it's time to go to work and put in some action, they not moving, man. They not doing nothing. And it's hard to say. It's a rough thing to realize, bro, that they ain't worth it like you said, bro.
They not, and I'm gonna say
That's
this.
hard, bro.
But let me say this to you. Let
That's
me
a
say,
hard reality,
so
bro.
sorry, I'm being a little disrespectful, cutting you off. I do
No,
apologize.
no, no, I don't
But let
mind
me
that.
say this to you because now I just got to be real, like say it like this. She is an elected official. She gets the FOIA. She gets the information up front. You were sitting in your seat, and I just said it out my mouth a minute ago. You didn't need to go and publicly say anything because when the lights and cameras was off, you got to sit in a room and tell directly to the person that you had access to how you felt, and you did that. You did
Absolutely.
that. But you took abuse. People
The
abuse
worst the worst I ever did in
because
my
they
life.
only saw you quiet. Phantom for a second. The fact she is no longer a regular citizen, she is now a trustee. She got the ability to go in the room directly, say it to their face, and she got to be smart because what is saying it in their face and being the only challenger if everybody else just gonna vote favorable. I believe that Mary is moving strategically, and I believe that she's moving as effective as she can with and for people who ain't moving for themselves. I have looked at those meetings. Not people don't even attend, and we can tell people to their
No,
in the face.
they don't. They
Fucking
don't.
live in the districts, and he kept on getting the seats, and ain't nobody done a damn thing about it.
True. True.
So what we gonna fight him for? You sitting up there without a business license. You not paying none of your obligations to any government in the city, and
You saw the taxes, right?
you fucking think you entitled to a liquor license and a business license. You won't even apply for it because your name is Napoleon Harris. Fuck kind of arrogance is that?
Yeah, it's different, bro. That's
You get
real different.
challenged and you send gangsters from Chicago. Yeah, my experience. And ain't nobody scared of that shit. This is what I'm trying to.
No,
And you
they
tell
ain't scaring
people
nobody.
this stuff over and over and over again. They don't give a fuck. People didn't come on this because they thought that I was going to give them good information, and we've been fighting for 20 years. They wanted the tea and the drama. They want to hear some developments on Tiffany Henyard. They don't give a fuck about how it impacts their life because they would have been on this motherfucker like this the whole time we've been fighting all of the stuff that's been going on. And that's just the hard truth. If
Hmm.
Donald Trump, then they tune in and he bad, bad, bad. The Democratic Party been fucking us over for decades. And they don't give a fuck to hear it. That's why I don't care about this YouTube
And
no more.
and it's the thing, right? It's one thing to talk about behind the scenes, right? You know, because I understand, I understand the fact you get more arguing behind a closed door than on the open floor. But when you sitting there and you're not, everything's not a yes, bro. Everything's not a yes. You can't just yes, 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 yes. You know what I'm saying? Uh, at some point, they have to question something, or they have to vote something down, or they have to realize that something's not right. If that's their stance, if that's how they want to do it, and they don't want to be questioning stuff on the floor, that's part of their it's part of their duty, though, bro. If
Okay,
something ain't right, that's
on the
part of their duty.
floor, what on the
You
floor?
can,
What
you
if they've
can.
already done it before they got to the floor? A lot of these things, and that's why I've lost a lot of respect for Kobe because Kobe would get no stuff in advance, and she'll wait till she get on the floor to make it seem like she either didn't have the information or wait to make it a spectacle. That's why most people sit there and vote. The way that I've learned how government functions for real, it blows my mind. You
Oh,
got
it's
all
crazy.
this time to get all the understanding and the details to get to the point of making your vote when you sit down. That's actually good governance. And why do people think executive session exists? They literally leave the room to talk about the important shit, not in front of y'all, and come out with a decision because that's what governance. Because
Well,
if you sit,
executive session is only for lawsuits,
yeah,
personnel, and like acquisition of land or
the
something
real
like that.
shit, the real shit,
Yeah,
that's the real shit.
yeah,
That's the
yeah.
big shit. It's not the
But
shit in front of the public. So you don't know what people doing in the background. That's why I've learned that when the cameras leave down in Springfield, all the black politicians get bitched around, then they come back acting like they fought real hard. But when the cameras are gone, they really don't fight shit. In the state of
and
Illinois, they get told what the fuck to do.
and you know what's crazy though? All those people that sat on that board would have all that same information that they would come up to those meetings at Thornton Township and Grandstand at. Have
It's
you seen? Have you seen? Listen, we were doing township talks. We would do it once a month. We was giving the public the financials. Everybody that came got them every time they came. Uh, you don't think it's strange that you don't think it's strange that all them voted for a forensic audit, but that is yet to take place? Even Tiffany voted for it. They didn't want to go back 10 years like she wanted. She said, okay, let's go back 5. They said, no, let's do your 3. That's it. Why they didn't want to go back to 5? She still voted for it. But for them to do that, bro, and not come, they already knew the money was good. They already knew that it was really over 8 million surplus. They knew that. And since he been in there, he been giving everybody money but the people.
man, he drained in that shit, and it's going all of his people.
I mean,
They
it's
draining the
obvious.
fuck out of that money.
Some people might think I'm joking, bro, but
They draining that money,
I'm
but
telling you,
it's going to
eh,
all his people, and it is
all
the
his
most.
people,
It's
and
the
and and
craziest thing that I've ever witnessed in my life.
and the craziest thing is the meaning of I'm starving the board and feeding the people has totally flipped, bro. He's now starving the people and feeding the board.
Well,
and
no,
anybody that's
what
working with them.
implication? Because again, now you're suggesting that these board members are compromised in that sense. That's not fair.
Well, if you're supposed to get 15,000 and you're getting 30 and you didn't say anything, what are you? Hello.
I don't have enough education to speak on that. What are you saying?
Uh, I got all the paperwork, man. If they're supposed to be getting paid 15,000 and they're clearing 30, has their silence been bought from that?
You
And if
think?
you don't need money, it's a couple things. It's a couple things I found out in life. I don't know what spare change is, and I don't know what extra money is, bro. So
Yeah, but
if
bro, I don't. Mary ain't selling out for no $15,000, bro. I'm never believing that.
okay, well, dude,
That woman don't need no damn $15,000.
I could believe you. I could believe you. But do somebody in her family need a contract at the college?
Does somebody in her family have one?
I don't know. You're INA. The commander should find out.
So you telling me?
I ain't told you nothing.
No, 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 no.
I'm just pointing out how
So,
people
so
be
you're
quiet.
so you're telling me that the only way that you will be satisfied with Mary, because I can only really speak to Mary. I can't speak to these other two. You telling me that the only way that you can gauge if she's doing her job properly is that she is publicly contending with this man.
No, I'm saying that that's what I thought her character was. I thought when I met her, oh man, this is a resident that's standing up, that's fighting. Uh, she want answers, and she want them now. And for I just think it's strange. Maybe Mary is a little different,
What
but
is but what
even
if
Stubbs,
but what if she has the answers when she sits down? But on top of that, do you
are the answers right?
okay, but this is the question. Do you acknowledge that when you are elected, you cannot do as much as you would as if you were not elected?
No, no, not when it comes to questioning things. No. Now you can't be at Arnie's hanging out. You know what I'm saying? And you can't be at Club O. You know what I'm saying? And you can't be at the wherever hanging out when you're elected. But as far as questioning and standing up for the residents and for what's right, yes, you have more of an authority to do it because you can actually do something about it. Right now, if Mary Avant, Stubbs, and Chris Gonzalez, who complained about everything, you could go get news clips and everything and see everything he complained about, which is happening right now.
Gonzalez.
No, but listen though, all the, all the yelling and screaming they was talking about the flyers and the parties and the trips. How many trips have they taken? They've been in office about 6, 7 months. They done went on hella trips already, bro, at the township. Oh, wait, let's not call it trips. Let's call it conferences. They went on hella conferences since they've been there. And that's more money you make because you get a stipend for every day you're there. They tax it. So that's more money going on to your annual pay because they take tax money out your stipends at the township. So you don't have to, like on other boards where you get a stipend, say for instance you got $1,500. Okay, I went on this trip, I only spent 12. I got to turn in receipts for the 1,200 I spent, and I got to turn in the other $300 back to the board. That's
Well,
not like that at Thornton Township.
I'm going to say this. I know that Mary asked the tough questions, and I know it
And
I
I believe it because you telling me.
because
That's it.
I have heard the complaints of the people, and I have gone to her and I've asked her, and she has spoke to me very transparently, and she have made it very clear that she doesn't have a desire to make a public spectacle when basically People are not pure in their in even in their pursuits, and she is getting the answers, and she's making sure that she can sleep well at night when she votes. I respect that answer because when I look at the soldiers, I would cringe if she put herself for the slaughter for people who are waiting to take her out anyway.
Yeah, I can believe that.
They don't deserve it.
But this is what they got to realize. They got 4 years. I don't care if somebody love them or hate them sitting up
True
there.
brush.
They got 4 years. That jacket is too. They got 4 years, man. They elected officials regardless, bro.
Your shirts are still big as fuck.
Huh?
Your shirts are still fucking large. They're huge.
Nah, man. You know what though? That's what's crazy. They are now. These are motherfuckers that I couldn't even wear, bro.
That's
They
bad.
was fitting. They was fitting me like that shirt you had on last night that you kept having to pull down.
Oh, what the muscles was in.
Well, I mean, you ain't got no choice but to have muscles
You
now.
don't know shit about muscles. Okay, I got it. I got it.
Yeah, I mean, shit. It was a time I was in tip top shape. Then I
Crazy. Well,
became a shape. You know what I'm saying?
I'll probably always be this size though. Sorry that happened.
Yeah.
You know,
Ain't nothing wrong with it. It's nothing wrong with it.
gotta do portions and you gotta exercise. You
Don't worry
wanna
about
go
it.
back. You wanna
Don't
lose.
worry about it. No. It's a monster in there that I really don't want to see again, bro.
You
So it'll
probably
be all right.
will be able to.
Good.
Too many people in there now.
That's
So
that's good. That's great.
I'm trying to keep it moving, Price. Trying to keep
Well, let's go. I mean, you just love doing this. This is what you
it.
like.
You did it. I'm
I
responding.
didn't. I didn't. I
Oh,
didn't say nothing.
you you I apologize. You're right. It was the brush.
you
It was the
you
brush.
started. You started. I didn't.
It was the brush. Okay. I get angry because everybody, in my opinion,
My hair not done. She
everybody wants
said, "Let
everything.
us see the waves." My hair not done.
Everybody wants everything, but they don't want to do shit for it. I
No, that's a fact. That's a fact,
Stephanie
bro.
Wiedemann's campaign is crazy. It should have so much more support. It should have so much more visibility. People wouldn't even put fucking $5 in the shit. Enough for her to contend with him on a fucking party level.
Get your life right. Hey, ask Jed to see his waves. Yeah, but I agree with you. I agree with you 1,000%, bro. Hey, Jed. Hey, Jed. hey, 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 Jed. When last time you was able to do that, baby? Since you want to signify.
I'm done. I'm done. You know what? I'm done.
Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to tell you. It was a lady that paid $2 for you to hit the gavel, and you didn't hit it earlier. And I was trying to text that to you in the message. You know what I'm saying? I think you owe her a gavel hit, bro. She might still be on here.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fuck,
give her that. Give her that.
fuck.
There you go. There you go.
No response. That is, you just really fucked me up with that one. Okay.
Nah, you all right. You all right.
He was really coming to say something serious. I'm really listening.
I
I
told
was.
I told you I was trolling tonight, man. You know when I get on there and I'm talking junk, I'm trolling, man. I just felt like trolling, man. I ain't had nothing to do today. I just felt like trolling.
I'm gonna put, and that wasn't a lady. I think that was Kev. That was a guy
Who? Who?
that gave the $2.
I didn't call nobody no I said get your life right. Oh, okay. Okay, I see. Hey, my fault, Kev. My fault. I just saw it and I thought it was a lady, bro.
Okay. The thing is, man, honestly, I hope that at the end of the day, I just don't understand all this stuff. My mind don't compute. Why we just can't get this shit right? Um, but Golly, you got me. I'm gonna see if I can get Mary on this show.
All she gonna do is cuss us out. She ain't gonna cuss Napo out. She gonna sit there. Okay, okay.
What?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Just like Napo do a video. We don't need other ethnicities telling us what to do. I bet you ain't said that shit to Pritzker. I bet Pritzker telling them what to do. How many times has he voted against Pritzker and what he wanted?
So why did
What did that safety act get all of them that they voted for?
what did you say to Tiffany publicly when you was making $100,000 a year?
Publicly,
Not a damn.
not much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I didn't have to. Everybody else was cussing and acting
I'm,
crazy.
I'm,
I
I'm
couldn't.
don't swipe that. Don't take no swipes.
What swipe did I take?
Huh? But
Which
you
one did I
know,
take?
but you know what though? At the same time
So
though,
wait.
no,
Are
I'm finna
you
say it.
saying
I'm finna say it.
Mary is making $100,000 somewhere?
I'm finna say that you are right in your assessment that it's not a swipe, and the only people who will be offended by this dialogue are people who don't like truth. I think that this was
Oh man,
a fair
that's
conversation.
crazy because society has gotten to that point where
Yeah.
they don't want to hear truth, bro.
I think that this was a fair conversation, and I'm going to try to see if we can get the trustees of Thornton Township on this platform. I might even reach out to see if we can get Christopher Gonzalez. Maybe
Mm-mm.
Napoleon gonna probably kill that before I hit
Oh, yeah, ain't
the
gonna.
end button.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked he even allowing Mary to talk to you. Hey,
Don't do
AG, what's up? What? Yeah, but
damn. This has been intense. You got any final words, sir?
nah, it's been a blast, man. A stone cold groove, my man.
Let me ask y'all one quick question. Is there anybody in these comments that got a question to ask? I'm
I
gonna
don't. I ain't no fan of Jesse either.
huh?
No, I think they say Audrey down there. Say Jesse Jackson Jr. didn't come up tonight. Why? And then sucker AZZ Ninja. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. I mean, I don't dislike him personally. I think Jesse accomplished a lot when he was doing his thing. But one of the biggest problems I got with a lot of politicians is, come on, Jesse, be a mentor and just let go. Uh, Wrap your arms around one of the new candidates that's young and ready to fight. So that's my two.
Jesse Jackson should not be returned to his seat. He hasn't demonstrated
No,
real
no.
remorse. He has not done anything to he right now is just privilege and entitlement. He can continue to get the disability check.
Yeah. I mean, or whatever he do. But I mean, I think he could be a great mentor. Uh,
Charismatic, but no.
Teach people what to do and what not to do. And Shy Girl, yeah, it was 12 years, but I see
So
something over there.
let's just take 5 quick questions. What is going on with Stephanie?
In what way? Stephanie is moving.
She's running for Democratic committeeman. She is challenging Napoleon Harris, only brave individual to do it. He is unopposed as a state senator. She's going for a role that literally gives no paycheck, but literally is the role that he used to take the township from Tiffany Henyard. And all these people who are bitching about the effects of his leadership are barely even showing up to support her campaign. So are they really outraged? The jury is still out. We'll find out on election day. Lady Brown asks, are you and Tiffany Henyard still friends?
Oh yeah, I speak to Tiffany. Yeah,
Do you think, 3 more questions, do you think that everyone in Dolton needs to be replaced?
I think for any municipality, replacing everyone and having a new board that may not have the experience is a dangerous thing to do. So no.
Lady Brown with a follow up. What is the status of what's going on with your wife in the Harvey Library book?
Continuance until when did they do that continuance?
March.
March. It was in March, but they just keep pushing it back. Well, that was the whole purpose of it. Uh, you do it, and then you make somebody take you to court, and then it just gets continued, and we just waiting on the March court date. They changed the judge.
Being a lifelong Harvey resident and a former alderman, who do you think should be the mayor of Harvey?
uh, it's kind of hard to answer when you do not know all of the players. Uh, right now, at this particular time, I would like to see someone who got the connections in Springfield, uh, but also has the knowledge of government. And I think Marshawn Tolbert might be a great candidate right now, man. He's more mature. He's been working in Springfield. Uh, he has a lot of connections with state legislators that could bring funding in. So I think right now, in the back of my head, I would like to see Marshawn take another shot at it. I mean, I would say me, but I don't want it, bro. I done got out the game, and people will never understand, and you don't even understand it why you in it because you caught in the game. Uh, when you get out of it, man, it's such a it's it's a different life. It's much more relaxing. Uh, Unfortunately, I got out of it and then had an opportunity to get into something that had more attention than anything in the world. No, I don't want to. As of being elected, I'm cool on that. But I will help anybody that gets elected uh, in any way I can to help rebuild the city of Harvey.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Keith Price. Thank you for coming on tonight. Our former CEO got rid of his ass quick.
Yeah,
Thank you for being
I
on.
did. I wasn't even mad. So what that tell y'all? I sent. He ain't tell y'all. I sent them a thank you letter and everything.
Good night, brother. Good
Hey,
night.
hey, all right. I'll talk to you in a minute, man. Thanks for having me. Everybody have a beautiful night.
Thank you for being
All right, later.
here. Not you can understand that. Watch out now, shot girl. Calm down in them comments. If you talking about you understand that what he just said. Y'all love me. Y'all better not act like you don't. All right, y'all. That's going to be our broadcast tonight. Keith Price came on and redirected the energy, put me back where I actually like to be. I need a co-host. But let me be honest in my final statements. As this thing continues to develop, and I will monitor everything that is going on in the village of Dolton and any updates that's going on with Tiffany Henyard, I will be giving you guys those updates as they become available. But let's not get it twisted. My focus is still on the city of Harvey and building this national organization that's getting ready for its national launch that's going to be taking place in the month of September. We are now also going to be doing, and I just got the first draft. I'm so happy to say that we have the permission of the family. We are going to be doing a tribute to the late mayor, Christopher J. Clark, in the September 20th launch event. And when I'm telling y'all, I will spare no expense, and I'm going to make this the biggest thing that I've ever done and possibly the biggest thing you've ever seen to honor somebody who literally had to leave this world with people not finding out the truth. But we won't let that happen because I've been prepared. I was ready to fight for him in his reelection, and I'm damn convinced that he was going to win it without any concern in my mind and heart, and that the people in the city know that vote knew and know the truth. And with that, God has given me a specific and a unique privilege to be one of the few people to have the permission of his family and his state to put tribute to him. And I'm telling y'all, I'm going to blow the mind of the Southland with what we're getting ready to do in his honor. I've already picked a song that's going to be a part of the performance portion of that tribute. And so just know it's going to be amazing. Now, the next thing is if you did not, if you don't know, we are now planning to do every month. I'm going to do as many as I am able to afford. We're going to do pop-up block club parties, 1 hour popping up in random blocks. I'm starting in the Illinois area. And what we're going to do for 1 hour is I'm going to show up on the block. We're going to buy dinner for everybody on that block. There's going to be music, performances, prizes, and a dance. We're going to knock on the doors, give them the dinner, and we're going to see if we can get them to come out and dance with me in the middle street on the sidewalk, depending on where we are and who the mayor of that respective town is. We're going to party with that block for 1 hour, and then we're going to give them challenges, like name every neighbor that you have. Who was the last person that borrowed something? Did you borrow something for? Tell us. Did they give it to you? Who has all the kids, or just random stuff? Whoever can answer those questions the best, they're going to be getting some prizes that we from For the Culture are going to be giving them for the culture and investigate and advocate. If you like that idea, don't be a hater, be a supporter. You can contribute to our efforts in one of these ways that are listed below. And if you have not joined the For the Culture family, today you could do so, as we're building a network of individuals across this nation that's going to rebuild the sense of the village and the community as we give, love, live, and reclaim our crown. I've enjoyed this broadcast today. And just because I'm at war and in tour with the village of Dolton and its officiants don't mean that I don't want them to succeed. Sometimes you got to love people by whooping their ass when you don't think they're doing right. I appreciate people who whoop my ass. I don't appreciate people like Conscious Dumbass who's been streaming us. But that's okay. We got something for that. And the other people who literally made it their mission to try to take down a person that would have literally had their best interests at heart. But I understand. That's the way bum bitches eat. And I'm proud to feed the fucking needy. With that being said, y'all have a good night. Because no matter what the fuck they do, over here, we still winning. Peace.
Yo, can I get in on this? I want.
I forgot to tell y'all, court on the 16th and the 17th, I will be posting those Zoom links on my page as soon as they are available. This is going to give me some level of pleasure. I don't want her to go to jail, but I want y'all to read the title because she should have talked to me. She should have just did the stuff the right way.
We not taking this no more. Dolton, let's go. Tiff, you must think we stupid. You a lie, we see right through it. Talking about you want some tea. Come and get that drink from me. Yeah, right. We headed to them polls, we gotta let them know. Y'all ready to cash your vote? Yep. Alright, then call the roll. What God you representing? More like a super villain. Truth is your kryptonite was done in the dark, being brought to light. Right. Watching the truth unfurl, light eliminates darkness, girl. You had a chance to shine so bright, but greed wouldn't let you do things right. Fake charity, lining your pockets, ignore rules, money spending, just stop it. Big bingo, but you ain't got no budget. What are they doing? Swear we got millions, but when asked, you won't show it. Elections coming, so now you got receipts. Splicing videos you think we can't see. You do know we got YouTube. We can go back and watch what you do. proof, ain't no running from it. Tiff, you must think we stupid. You a lie, we see right through it. Talking about you want some tea, come and get that drink from me. We headed to them posts, we gotta let them know. Y'all ready to cash your vote? Yep. Alright, then call the road. I pray God exposes your evil, removes wool from the eyes of his people. Protect those y'all been plotting on and scheming on, save them from all your evil. I pray, Lord, for the leaders who coming, give them wisdom, they hit the ground running. Help them move with integrity, bring prosperity to the village who coming. Let's go, let's go, let's go. We got to clean house. Let's go, let's go, let's vote. We got to clean house. Let's go. We gotta vote, voting for clean house. Let's go, let's go, let's go. We voting for clean house. If you must think we stupid, you a lie, we see right through it. Talking about you want some tea, come and get that drink from me. We headed to them posts, we gotta let them know. Y'all ready to cash your vote? Yep. Alright, then call the road.